Hello everyone, I'm Rebecca. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here to share with you how to cook Liberian chuck rice. Please keep watching. I will first start off by working with my meat. I have about 2 pounds of beef that I've cut up in a preferred size and washed. I'm adding a little bit of diced onion, 1 whole cooking cube, a teaspoon of salt, and a teaspoon of black pepper. I will add a cup of water. Allow it to cook. After a few minutes, I will add another cup of water and allow my meat to cook till it can reach my preferred texture. So I encourage you to do the same. Okay, then the next thing will be to work on the fish. This will give the fish ample time to marinate. So for seasoning, I added a teaspoon of rosemary, a teaspoon of black pepper, a teaspoon of salt, and 1 cooking cube. I will allow it to marinate while I'm preparing my vegetables. So for vegetables, I have some mini bell pepper or mini sweet pepper here. I also have some fresh tomatoes. I'm just going to prep everything and I will be giving you the amount that I'm using to prepare the gravy. So as you can see, I'm just trying to squeeze up a little bit of the water from the tomato. This will reduce the liquid and also that sour taste. So I will be working with 3 habanero. You can reduce it or you can step it up based on your tolerance. And also I'm blending in almost 1 whole onion and 4 fresh tomatoes. I'm just going to blend that first and add it to my pan. Okay, after blending the tomato, pepper, and onion, I will be working with my bell pepper. So for the bell pepper, I'm working with 2 large green bell peppers, and also I will be working with 1 whole pack of sweet mini bell peppers. Okay, that's what I will be working with for this recipe today. After blending my vegetables, I'm going to drain the liquid from the vegetables and I will be preserving that for later use. I'm not going to trash it. I will show you what I'm going to do with it. I just don't like to start my gravy then I have too many water from the vegetable in it. I just don't like it. I don't know if you have experienced that, so I love to extract the water first, then later I add it to my gravy. I just like my gravy to just fry in the oil without any interruption. So right now I'm just draining that excess fluid. I'm adding it to the blended tomato, onion, and peppers, and that's the liquid I'm talking about. See how much it is. I'm just going to set that aside for later use. The next thing I will be doing is I'm just going to pull in that liquid from the vegetable, rinse out my blender, and I will be putting it back in the pan. Nothing going forth to the waste, okay? So the next thing is to add in a good amount of oil in my frying pan to fry my fish. The fish has been marinating, okay? So right now I'm just going to fry my fish that it can come out golden brown. I will leave the fish frying and I will go check on the beef so that we don't stay too long in the kitchen. We want to multitask. As you can see, I allowed the beef to cook till the water is like 99% gone because we don't need excess fluid. So the fluid from the bell pepper, I'm just putting it in my pot, to get all that extra fluid, that extra season from the meat. I just don't want it to go in the waste. So I just rinse out my pot and put that fluid back in the pan. I'll be using it. As you can see, the fish has been frying and is completely fried. I'm just removing it from the oil. I will be emptying the oil. I'm not using it to cook the gravy. For the oil, I'm using 1 cup of olive oil. Please go with the one you prefer. For onion, I dice almost 1 whole onion. That's why I just place in the oil. Again, if you love your chuck rice with tomato paste, you can go ahead, but I'm not using tomato in my chuck rice today. Okay, so I allow the onion to fry in the oil for about 2 to 3 minutes. After that, I just add in my blended vegetables that I showed you earlier, and I'm going to allow this to cook without adding anything for about 15 to 20 minutes. After 15 to 20 minutes, I'm adding in some seasoning. For seasoning, I added a teaspoon of rosemary, a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of black pepper, and 3 cooking cubes. I'm just breaking in the cooking cube. Give it a stir again. After stirring it, I will be adding in the beef, and also I will be adding in the fluid. So as you can see, it looks beautiful already. So this is the beef. I'm just adding in everything so that I can cook together. After adding in the beef, I'm giving it a stir again. Okay, and I will be adding for the fluid. It came out to a 3/4 cup of fluid. I'm not going beyond that because there's no need for too much fluid in this recipe. So that's it. I'm using the next thing is to add in the fish. I'm just going to mix everything up really well, and allow the gravy to cook for just around 10 to 15 minutes, and our soup will be ready. So for us Liberian, we eat this gravy, this beautiful meal, we eat it with rice, and the rice, we call it chalk rice. I don't know why. Maybe I need to go do more digging to know why. So for the chalk rice, we have palava sauce. The palava sauce, I only use half of the whole pack, and I love to season my palava sauce. It gives extra taste to the rice that even boosts the taste when you add the gravy to it. So for seasoning, I use a teaspoon of bouillon chicken. I added a teaspoon of bouillon. I also added half of teaspoon of salt, and also a pinch of soda, and I cook my palava sauce in the microwave. I don't cook it on the stove. I just cook it, I think, around 5 minutes, and that's it. What I did, I just boiled some rice, and when you're boiling your rice, you don't want to cook your rice soft, because this recipe, the rice don't have to be soft. And just add in that blended you just add in your palava sauce, stir it up really good, and yeah, as you can see, as I was showing you earlier, the soup is ready after 10 to 15 minutes. I'm just trying to put a little bit in the plate and help myself. You are not around, so I cannot share with you. That's why I'm sharing this recipe with you. Give it a try so you can enjoy it yourself, or you and your family can enjoy it. It came out beautifully, and again, one thing I want to say here, when you're buying a palava, so you want to buy the one that is already like ground in that small form, or else you have to blend it in the blender a little bit. So when I'm buying my palava, so I go for the one that is already cut up in small size. Thank you again for watching. Please subscribe. Please hit the notification button. Yes, hit the notification button so you can be notified whenever I upload new content. Bye bye.